live stream of FFL 24/7. Just wanted to get a quick touch base because the market is about to be closing in about 20 minutes. So just wanted to do a live stream and take a quick look at how the stock charts are looking. So we are just taking a look at the SPY chart for now. So looks like SPY, what is SPY doing? Is it trying to close below our resistance level of 455? So these are just a few of the charts, and also we are taking a look at the daily chart of SPY. It's a kind of like in the overbought territory, so obviously I'm thinking it is going to cool down a little bit. So SPY's RSI is a kind of pretty much in the overbought territory. I mean, I want to do analysis on SPY as well tonight. So last night, if you guys have watched the channel, I posted an analysis of Alibaba stock, and that tonight I'm planning to do a stock analysis of PLTR as well. So that would be very interesting to see. So PLTR, as long as we stayed above $19, I mean, I hope you guys can see the sharp wick that we got at the $19 mark. So that wick was pretty impressive. And we did see a strong bounce from the $19. So that is what we were predicting in our last video as well, that they might want to try that $19 support before moving up, and they absolutely did, and we can clearly see the sharp wick from the $19. So RSI is around 60 for PLTR. So, but as long as we stay above 19, then I think our next target that I pointed out was $27 for PLTR. Let's see what Alibaba stock is doing. So Alibaba stock, and again, I mean, I did point this out in my video as well, that we touched this bottom downtrend line, and obviously we are going to see some recovery, but that is not going to be a whole lot. We are going to be stopped out at this $78 resistance now, which was supposedly was supposed to be support level, but we did not obviously maintain it, and now it's obviously going to act like as a resistance. So looking at the Alibaba earnings, the earnings were actually pretty impressive for last Q3 quarter. Okay. That is PLTR. PLTR also did a double beat on their earnings with some surprise revenue. Okay. And let's see how Bitcoin is doing. I want to also keep an eye on Bitcoin, how Bitcoin is doing. So let me zoom in a little bit. So if you guys see this resistance level, we have managed to break above this 37k resistance, and I still think 38k is also one of the major resistance. We have to break out of this area. As you guys can see, we are kind of starting to flatten out. So there is a clear line at around 38k mark, and Bitcoin has to break this level to be able to make any moves, impressive moves up. So that is also going to be very interesting in the next couple of weeks, because the end of the year is coming. So are we going to get that center rally for end of the year or no? That is going to be exciting to see. So let me go back to SPY, and let's switch to the 1 minute chart and see what SPY is doing. So there is a clear resistance at around the 455k mark for SPY, and we are trying to test it like multiple times. If we break above this, then I think we still will have some bullish momentum coming in. So if you're doing like daily trading, like zero DTE options, if you're trading on SPY, so this candle that we are seeing was pretty much a very clear sign that you can pretty much buy calls, zero DTE calls at around that area, and you need to look for your supply and demand zones. Looks like we are seeing a good bit of bumps. Oh wow. Looks like guys, the market is trying to achieve something in here. That is going looking like a very bullish close for SPY. The level that SPY needs to break is the 459 level. So we need to close above 460 for a new bullish price action to continue. So that will be our ultimate price. Bullish price action coming into SPY. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Yeah, Bitcoin is just struggling to cross the 38K mark. And what is Ethereum doing? Again, Ethereum also has a clear resistance of 2200 above. And if you guys have noticed this pattern, this is kind of like an evening star pattern that Ethereum forms. So that is not like a very good sign. Where is Dogecoin at? Dogecoin has actually broken out of the downtrend resistance that we had drawn out in our last video for Dogecoin, and we did manage to close above the 0.6 area that we pointed out, and we are, I think, rising very nicely and broke this 0.08 cent resistance as well. So maybe there is something in store for Dogecoin. So that was the red downtrend line that I pointed out in my last video of Dogecoin, that if we manage to break above this, like we were getting close to this triangle, falling triangle, we did manage to break out above with some strong volume. And if you guys notice at the bottom, the volume is building up very nicely on the Dogecoin. So Dogecoin is definitely cooking up something, guys. So these volume bars that you are seeing at the bottom, so the volume is building up very nicely around the Dogecoin, and it was very nice. If you guys notice that the volume started spiking up right at the point we broke out of this downtrend line. So like pretty much everyone was watching if you are going to be able to break out of this resistance. So what SHIB is doing, SHIB is still struggling. I haven't really taken a good look at the SHIB chart. I might do that maybe in next coming days. But what about PayPal? PayPal is also still trading in this channel that is trending downwards, but we did manage to get back above in this channel, and so far we are seeing the resistance at this 100-day moving average for PayPal. So we got rejected at a $60 spike. for PayPal around here. So 60 was the high of yesterday. So 60 apparently has a clear resistance. So we definitely are going to need some volume if we need to see some bullish price action coming into PayPal. But we do seems to be riding this 5-day moving average. So that is at least a good sign. Nvidia is obviously absolutely gone crazy. We are seeing some cool off happening in Nvidia. So let's see how long that goes for. And also for Tesla is apparently also making like lower highs and lower lows. And if you guys are able to see it, let me show you a bit. So this Tesla has broken out of this triangle, so it has actually broken below. So now it is not able to get back into this uptrend line that it was maintaining, and since then it has been trying to form like lower highs and lower lows. So that is obviously not a good sign for Tesla stockholders as well. Square has got some bullish price action right after the earnings, because they did some very good surprise revenue of extra $204 million. So that was pretty impressive for Square. And Amazon as well. If you guys have been following my posts on my YouTube, Insta, and Facebook, Amazon is also apparently cooking up something in its pattern, because it is kind of like forming a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern, that the price target, if this fully breaks out, that I am speculating, I mean kind of doing analysis, is around $180 mark if this fully breaks out. And apparently they have done some record sales on their Cyber Monday. And one thing to notice as well is I did point it out in my video that they would definitely like to test this $145 mark as a support before doing any strong movement up, and it looks like they are trying to close back above the $145 area. So if we do manage to stay above 145, I think we are still looking good for Amazon. And ARK is still beaten down a lot due to their retail stocks that they're holding, the growth sector stocks. But we definitely have seen a strong bounce from the $33 and $34 area. And the same thing for Baba. I did point out we are going to see a little bit of bounce from this trend line support, but I am expecting this is not going to be a whole lot, and max we will be stopped out at $78 again. So if we close above $78, that's when we can start looking at the bullish side of Alibaba. But till that happen, I think it is still kind of in a falling knives pattern. And Palantir stock looks like it's trying to close above $20. Let's see what the Dixie price index is starting to make some moves back up. So that is obviously bearish if you consider this as a for price action for stock market. So we are about 9 minutes away from closing, guys. So what is going to be exciting to see is obviously how SPY is going to close. And there are a lot of stocks that we are basing at. So tomorrow's Friday close is obviously going to play a major role, because that is going to be the end of the week close. And that is where SPY is at right now. So if you're playing like 0 DTE options, and if you would have bought around the $453 area for SPY, you would have made some really good money on your call option for 0 DTE. just 7 minutes away from closing, so it is going to be interesting where they decide to close it. So let's get move back to the daily chart and take a look at the bigger picture. So we definitely have a clear resistance at $449 for SPY. And if the 455 is also kind of a psychological level, if we do manage to close above 455, looks like we are at 456 right now. So that is still going to be very impressive. And if you guys notice this gray line that we have, that will be our 5-day moving average, and we are just kind of riding this very bullish pattern right now. So I do expect to see some kind of cool off happening in a SPY, but so far what it's looking like is just riding this 5-day moving average very nicely in a very bullish pattern. So that was about the quick a review of the charts, guys. So I do plan to do another analysis on PLTR Palantir stock, and also PayPal, and another look maybe on the Bitcoin chart. So if you guys want to follow me, follow my channel, so I will be posting some analysis about Bitcoin, Palantir stock, and PayPal very soon. So I did post a video for the Alibaba stock, of what I think the stock, where the stock might be heading. If you want to check it out, please do feel free and let me know in the comments how would you guys feel.